In Hindu philosophical thought, human experience is deeply shaped by the interplay of time, action, and knowledge. The concept of Kalachakra, the wheel of time, represents the continuous cycle through which all worldly existence unfolds. Within this cycle, every being is born, lives through changing circumstances, and eventually dissolves back into the flow of nature. These processes are not random, but are governed by the orderly movement of time and the laws of nature. Human beings operate within this framework through body and mind, which are expressions of Prakriti, or material nature. These faculties are influenced by the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, which shape perception, desire, thought, and action. As a result, individuals experience themselves as agents who choose, decide, and direct their lives. From this standpoint, it appears that one is actively in control of one's destiny, shaping outcomes through personal effort and intention. However, Hindu philosophy emphasizes that this sense of control is rooted in avidya, or ignorance. Avidya is the fundamental misperception in which a person identifies the self with the body-mind complex and assumes ownership of actions that are, in reality, unfolding through natural processes. Because of this ignorance, individuals interpret the movement of life as something they are independently directing. They believe, "I am the doer," and "I am shaping my destiny," even though their actions are conditioned by prior causes, environmental influences, and the workings of time. As long as avidya persists, this mistaken sense of agency continues. Human beings will naturally perceive themselves as controllers of their fate, attributing success and failure to personal effort alone. Life is then experienced as a field of personal responsibility and control, where one is seen as the central author of one's story. This perspective is not entirely false at the practical level, but it is incomplete because it does not account for the deeper forces that govern existence. The idea of Kalachakra reinforces this limitation of perception. Time itself acts as a vast organizing principle that shapes beginnings and endings, opportunities and constraints. Within its movement, individual lives unfold according to complex patterns that are not fully visible to the limited human mind. Thus, while people experience themselves as decision makers, their decisions arise within a much larger causal structure. Hindu teachings do not dismiss this lived experience, but place it within a broader context. At the everyday level, individuals must act, make choices, and take responsibility for their actions. This is the domain of karma, where effort and intention matter. However, at the deeper level of understanding, it is revealed that this sense of independent control is a product of ignorance. True knowledge arises when avidya is removed, and one recognizes that the self is not the isolated doer, but the witnessing awareness in whose presence all actions occur. Until such knowledge is attained, human beings will continue to interpret their lives through the lens of personal control and destiny-making. The belief in being the ultimate architect of one's fate is thus not a final truth, but a natural consequence of incomplete understanding. It is only through the dissolution of avidya that this limited perception is transcended, revealing a more profound understanding of existence beyond the illusion of exclusive doership.